Hey, Mercer, how you doing, buddy? So, I don't know, you haven't been in here, Mercer, but what I'm doing now is just the early picks, early leans thing. I haven't even looked at anything this morning. I'm just, well, I kind of looked over the games, but I haven't really taken a good look at it. I took an ass kicking last night, and I'm kicking myself for it too, because I said that it could be a flat spot for the Sabres last night, and it was. And I ended up going with them anyways, and way too heavy. I did have LA though, and I live bet LA to curtail the damage a tad. I had Seattle plus 3.5, um, but I didn't take them to win because I didn't take them to win yesterday because Montreal's kind of just broke a losing streak against St. Louis, and you're supposed to fade a team that breaks a losing streak, but I'm not doing that with Montreal anymore. Montreal is just too bad. They're basically an AHL team, and now Seattle's got to go up against Buffalo tonight. I don't know what to do with that. You have to figure Buffalo's going to come out hard. Um, Seattle's been on the road for a really long time. I mean, it's a spot for Buffalo, no doubt about that. They're going to have Luukkonen in. They're going to have Luukkonen in. I didn't take the Habs to win. I just took the Seattle team total over 3.5 because if Montreal were to win, and I had the over too, but Montreal reverted back to their can't score self, and Seattle with that defense, they got a big strong defense over there. Hi, Lauren. They got a big strong defense over there, and Montreal is like weak up front. So like, I mean, weak as in physically not strong enough to handle them. So I should have took more into consideration to that. And from now on, I'm going to. Now on, I'm fading Montreal every single game. I don't care what the spot is. They're really. I had St. Louis over Montreal too. So, and this is a tough year. I'm telling you that right now. It's a tough year. You got a lot of inconsistent teams this year. I'm still green for the year by a considerable amount. I'm doing well, but not as well as last year for sure. Not as well as last year, but I'm still green. Green's good. We get into a new day. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up. I'll put you guys. I'll get the live going here. Hi, Lauren. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. You can help me with your team tonight because it's going to be a tough game. You got to figure Carolina is going to bounce back, but man, I have a really hard time taking Carolina with Ranta and net. He's not good. He's not good. They got to play the kid tonight. They got to play the kid tonight, man. Um, they got to let him go. I hear Anderson might be back soon, but in fact, I think they have Anderson projected tonight, if I remember correctly. Or is it tonight that they play? Oh wait, does Carolina not even play tonight? What am I talking about? Yeah, Sabres are gonna might have Comrie in tonight. Grubauer in for. I mean, that's got to be an over, right? Like, it's got to be an over. How can that not be an over? The only thing is that Carolina probably is going to be tired tonight. You got to figure they're going to get tired here eventually. They've been on. This is their fifth game on the road, and the Sabres. the Sabres, after that loss last night, I mean, I know it's a flat spot last night. It was because Philadelphia just came off a loss from Toronto. You know they're going to come out hard. Um, and Buffalo had just won two big games against really strong opponents, and they obviously came out thinking that they were good. There was hardly anybody in the seats, so Philadelphia took advantage of a situation where there wasn't much energy there. Okay, they got Kochetkov projected, thank God, but you're playing against New Jersey. Yeah, you built up some rust. Elliot, how you doing, buddy? Did you have Philly last night? I kicked myself, Elliot, because I even said it on my podcast. It was a flat spot for Buffalo, and yeah, like you know those. If I pick a play and they outplay the other team and they lose, I can live with that. But when I actually say this is a flat spot for Buffalo and I don't fade the game, I get pissed at myself. I'm really high on Buffalo in the second half, and I think I just over projected. But anyways, can you guys even see me? What's going on? How come I can't see me? Can you guys see me? I go on my phone and I can't see me. Okay. Well, why can't I see me on my phone? That's weird. All right, as long as I can see the chat and you guys can see me, that's good. All right. Well, okay. So let's go over these games now that we have all the people in the land here. Um, well, I mean, you're not gonna get. I had the Kings too, thank God. I didn't take the Kraken with that Montreal coming off a win, breaking but I did take the Kraken team total over 3.5. I had that, but I took a loss last night for sure. You think the Kraken will win tonight? I wouldn't be surprised. Uh, there's two ways of looking at that game. Buffalo comes back hard, but I mean, I can't take Buffalo. Kraken are the Kraken are probably, and the Kraken are just rolling on the road right now. Like it does, they don't seem to be slowing down for nothing. Short trip. You're probably gonna have Comrie and net. What about I like the over. How can it not be over that game? How can that game not be over? I think my favorite on that game is the over, Elliot. Yeah, the Kraken. I've done well with the Kraken. I mean, now the Kraken. The only reason why I hesitate on the over in that game is the Kraken gotta be their legs gotta be getting a little heavy here. They're on like a super long road trip, and they're on a super long road trip. They could just try to shut it down on Buffalo because they have the type of team that can do that. Um, yeah, they're sort of like they're almost like the Boston of the West right now. Like there's no bad spots for them really. They seem to win in every kind of spot, and on the road they're just money. So I do like the Rangers quite a bit. Rangers, yeah, I think the Rangers win that game. Jersey, Carolina, I don't know. Either team could win that game. So I'll probably just fade that game. How you doing, CL? Woo! Welcome in. I was on with Peyton last night. If anybody knows, we're doing more of that. I'm going to be on again Wednesday night, and you can watch Peyton have a meltdown watching the Oilers. I mean, it's worth price of admission if we had price of admission. Let's put it that way. You got it's good times. Okay, cool. Um, all right, let me pull them up here. We'll pull up the games and we'll take a look. This is my like early lean thing. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. So I'm still fighting a flu that's been like 2 weeks now. Uh, so if I sound a little off, that's why. Let's put me up in the corner here. Okay, Seattle versus Buffalo. Shaded. Oh no, it's pretty much even money for over under on that game. I I gotta go with like what Elliot said with Seattle, I guess. You got to figure Buffalo's going to wake up for this game, though. I don't think it's going to be easy if they win. I don't think so. Uh, I oh no way! Don't tell me it's under maintenance. I can't even do it, dude. Wow. Odd Shark is under maintenance. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what to do here now. That's Odd Shark is pretty much. If I don't have Odd Shark, this is gonna be pretty tough to do. Uh, wow, pretty tough to do without Odd Shark. Yeah, under maintenance. All right. Well, let's go to goaltenders, anyways. We'll go that way, I guess. And I'll put it on my Oh no, I can't look up on my phone. Maybe I'll go to Betway. NHL, hockey, NHL. Okay, let's see if you guys can see this now. All right, we'll do it this way for now. I mean, I'm not going to be able to see the trends or anything like that. But okay, Kraken versus Sabres. I got to go Kraken. It's a pick 'em. I got to go with Kraken. I can't step in front of the Kraken. I don't know if I'm going to put a bet in on it. I really like Buffalo this year, but it looks like they're going to be putting Comrie in net, and it's his first game back up from the AHL. The Kraken. The thing about the Kraken is that they're playing. They have a high shooting percentage right now. Uh, they're playing well, but also it's questionable whether it's sustainable for the long term. When I see a high shooting percentage like that, I look to fade them somewhere down the road. But now the question with this game is with Buffalo. Okay, are they gonna? This is a young team, and they came out. They beat two really good teams. I can bring that up. I hope they beat two really good teams. Before they got to Seattle, and before they got to Philadelphia, they definitely undervalued Philadelphia last night, and the arena was dead. Um, Now they got to get up for a game against Seattle, but Seattle's like in the Western Conference, so that's why I didn't think it was a look ahead game so much. And Buffalo really needs every win right now. But the question is, does that hurt their confidence now going against Seattle that they played like they did last night? And even if they do play well, Seattle could get outshot and still win this game because Comrie is going to be in net. So they have a great defense. Well, what's their expected goals against? They play a good system. They play a good defensive system. Okay, expected goals against. Seattle. Where is Seattle? Yeah, their expected goals against is pretty good. And their actual expected goals against is 70. See there and 69. Okay, so their actual goals against though is 8 goals less than their expected goals against. Yet their goaltending is not that great. So yeah, their defense is really good. It's a weird dichotomy there because you think, oh well, if their expected goals against is higher, shouldn't the goaltending be great? But actually, not really, because expected goals against would include block shots and stuff like that. So yeah, they're surviving mostly. I agree. I would have to agree on defense. Their expected goals for is, I think, through the roof. No, it's about middle of the pack. And I think this is where I think the regression may happen, if I remember correctly. Expected goals for is 81. And their actual goals for is 101. Yeah, that's right. So their expected goals for is only 81.22. Their actual goals for is 104. See, their shooting percentage is insane right now. That's the thing. They're just feeling it right now. Everything is going in for them. And that should regress over time after a while. The question is it going to happen against Buffalo here? Buffalo's expected goals for is not that great. But they still have a higher goals for. So even and they could see regression as well. I'm pretty sure Buffalo's expected goals against is not very good. They're defensively they're not a great team. Buffalo. They're really young. Expected goals against 81. Yeah, expected 83. So, yeah, I guess Elliot, you're pretty much thinking that Buffalo is going to be, feeling down about themselves rather than coming out hard here. Maybe not all that confident after that Philly loss, and since they're a young team, that is a good possibility. Seattle has been playing a shitload on the road, though. Man, oh man. And they still got quite a few to go yet. Seattle's on 1, 2, 3. This is their 5th game on the road, and then they're on a back-to-back, and it's 3 games in 4 nights. I mean, really, it shouldn't be a spot for Seattle here. Yeah, I'll put a little nibble, Elliot, if you're on Seattle for sure. No doubt about it. Here, I can't go back to that. All right, let's go. Okay, so New Jersey and the Hurricanes. I mean, I can't take the Canes here at this price. There's no way I can touch that price. Minus 155. I mean, they probably win this game at home. They lost the last 2. They should be getting up for New Jersey here. I mean, if I had to say it, I'd take New Jersey, but New Jersey as well, they're going to be up for this game. Like, this is a game that New Jersey is would have had highlighted to win this game. I don't really trust Voracek. As far as the total, the Canes have been going over regularly right now. Yeah, it's hard to it's hard not to take the Canes at home right now. Let's look at their schedule coming up after this. I think this is a game where it's a good idea to look at the schedule moving forward for New Jersey. Oh yeah, okay. You know what? I will take Carolina here because they got Carolina, and then they're flying all the way out west after this game. And subconsciously in your mind, you're like, well, if I lose this, then I got Anaheim after this, and you got LA, and this is a young team. They're a young team that probably is thinking ahead to the warm weather and golfing and all that kind of stuff like that. But they got to take on Carolina to do it. Yeah. And Carolina coming off of 2 losses. Man, I would love to see. Get this site up, Odd Shark. What the hell? No, still not. Let's see. And this is a game that I think Carolina's like, okay, we got to show these young kids what a team's all about. Like, it just feels like a game. Something I want to mention though, if you notice with Carolina, all year long, they have had to go on the road, home, on the road, home. They haven't stayed home for very long. It's always been like on the road home, on the road home. That's a pain in the ass, to put it bluntly. And they've just suffered two bad losses. Like, you got to figure they're going to right the ship tonight. I mean, their home record is always fantastic. They're a great home team. Have they lost three in a row now? I'd love to tell you, but I can't get the site up. Good thing you guys are here. Yeah, I think I got to go Carolina, but I don't know. I'd probably be a money line, maybe a draw. Not a bad draw spot. Vanacek hasn't. I mean, he looks like he's regressed a bit as well. He'll probably be playing tonight. I mean, if Ranta was in, I don't even touch this game. But that kid, now he's got his rust off. They gave him time to get back into where the shape that he needs to be in. You know, this seems like it should be a big game spot for him. Uh, if I think you're getting a 6, I mean, I'd like to say under here because it should be a hard fought game, but Carolina's been trending over recently quite a bit. They should come out barreling. Maybe Carolina minus 0.5 first period. I can't see Carolina coming out flat here at all. Like, Carolina is going to come out just freaking flying, I would have to imagine, after those losses. So Carolina minus 0.5 first period is a nice little plus money play that might work out really well there. I think I might throw that in there. Hurricanes minus 0.5 1P. However, the problem with that is I don't believe the Hurricanes have been very good in first periods, if I remember correctly. I love this EV Analytics. Check it out. It's great for first period odds and stuff like that. Or maybe I'm wrong. 9-3 at home first period. Yeah, I think that's the play. Carolina minus 0.5 first period against New Jersey. That might be. I might throw a little bit on that. And New Jersey on the road has been what? Oh, they've been pretty good they've been pretty good as well. I'd like to know what their recent road record is. Maybe over 1.5 first period. That might be a good look here. Because both of these teams should be coming out wanting to set the pace right away, I would have to think. If Carolina's coming out hard, they could be up 2-0 after the first period if New Jersey is even a little bit caught off guard. And I bet you can get a decent price at over 1.5 first period. Yeah, well, yeah, it was. That's right, it was. And the Rangers came back in that game and won. And you could say that against us, Rangers are trending pretty good right now, and they did pull out a point there. So you could say that probably the Canes, and most of the reason why the Canes have been playing to the over is their goaltending has not been good enough. Ranta just hasn't been good enough. So you put Kochetkov in there. If I had Odd Shark, I could tell you how they're trending at home. I imagine they play under more often at home. I'd love to tell you that, but currently under maintenance. Why can't you do that? Anyways, doesn't matter. So that's the thing. That's the play I would do there. Winnipeg versus Detroit. I mean, Winnipeg just got all their players back. Ehlers and Wheeler. And I mean, I haven't seen Detroit's got Bertuzzi back. Honestly, I don't think that really matters all that much here. With Hollebuck on the road, I don't really like the minus 171 here. Or sorry, minus 140 on the money line. But I don't trust this Detroit team right now at all. This Detroit team can't figure out what they want to be. That's the big thing with this Detroit team. With the coaching change and everything, they started out being an under team all the hell. They're playing defense. And it's really hurt their offense. Like they can't seem to get anything going. It's a mixed bag of players too. I think that Bertuzzi, Larkin, Raymond line, give them a couple games and you'll start to pull some offense out of there. But Bergeron, Kopp, and Rasmussen, I mean, that's not a second line, boys and girls. That's not a second line. Perron has not been able to find a spot. Kubalik has fallen off like a rock the last couple of games. Just like I anticipated the Sherratt, I don't understand. I'll never understand that contract to save my life. Why you would give Sherratt $4.7 million? Ridiculous. And now they got him playing with Hronek, which is okay, I suppose. But I mean, Hronek isn't good defensively, and neither is Ben Sherratt. I don't even think there's a place for him. He should be a third pairing defenseman. And a very expensive one at that. Ville Husso has regressed. I had my question marks about Ville Husso. A lot of people thought I was crazy. But, I mean, I thought that was a lot of money to give a guy who just came out one year and had a decent year in St. Louis. I mean, and he's not really hitting it out of the park. He started out well, but lately he has not been good at all. They don't really have much to back him up either with Hellberg, and of course Nedeljkovic has been ass. I think Winnipeg keeps it rolling. This is their first game on the road, I believe, on a road trip. And Detroit, they just can't beat anyone anywhere. So I would probably go with Winnipeg here. I would lean the under, though. Hollebuck is crazy good on the road. Detroit has trouble scoring. I think Winnipeg wins like 3-1 or something like that, unless Husso has a bad night. That would be my thinking on this one. They're gonna come out barreling early. I think Winnipeg's gonna try to get ahead on this one right away. And I don't see that sense of Detroit. Oh yeah, wait, how are they at home? And Detroit's terrible in first periods at home. 2-8-10 first periods at home. Winnipeg 8-7-3 on the road. Maybe look at a little bit at Winnipeg 0.5 first period and Winnipeg full game. And I would lean the under. So the next game we have on the card. Minnesota versus the Rangers. Yeah, I agree with Elliot on this one. I like the Rangers here. I would even juice it up and put it in regulation. Minnesota Wild are just too hurt right now. They have, uh, they have, I think Greenway's out. Fleury will be in net. He hasn't been all that great this year. I don't think they're feeling it either. I think they're in a very low spot confidence wise. Jesus, they got Ryan Reeves on the second line. Forget about it. The Rangers are going to destroy them. The bad thing about it is they want to play hard for Ryan Reeves going back. I hate that. That's something that seems to come out quite a bit. Like when you have a guy that is played for the other team just recently, these guys are going to want to win for Ryan, but I just don't think they have it. I mean, they got Matthew Boldy playing with Steele and Kaprizov. They haven't played together all year. So there's chemistry issues there. Reeves playing on the second line is just silly. I know you're playing against your old team, but that's just pushing the envelope too far. It seems like you're grasping at straws there, really. And then Hartman, he hasn't been the same since he come back. Yeah, this for sure seems like a Rangers spot all day. I like the Rangers for sure. No doubt about that. I mean, there's not even really much. I don't think it's a good spot for the Rangers, too. I'm pretty sure. What do we got? The Rangers went 2 games on the road in their home, and it was like Montreal, New Jersey. They barely had to travel. And the Wild are on 3 games in 4 nights. They played. Oh yeah, shit. They played. They played in Buffalo, came all the way home to play St. Louis, and then traveled to New York. Yeah, this is for sure. Got to be my game of the night too. I agree with you, Elliot. The Rangers all day on this one. Rangers all day. If the Rangers drop this one, there's the only thing I could see possibly being, the Rangers could see that Minnesota's in a bad spot here and they put in Halak, but I doubt it. And I'm sure they don't even have right now anything up as to who the goaltenders are going to be. Elvis, oh, okay. Yeah, Luukkonen. Okay, Luukkonen's going to be in. They had Comrie, but it's going to be Luukkonen. That helps a little bit for the Sabres. He has been playing well. It looks like Luukkonen is going to be in. But I see no reason why Shesterkin shouldn't be in here against Marc-Andre Fleury. Like that's a game I'm going to be all over. For sure. So that's kind of my lock, I think. Pittsburgh Penguins versus Vancouver Canucks. Over. Just over Vancouver all day. I think they might trend to the under, though. I was looking at it last night before Oddshark went down, and they do trend to the under. Pittsburgh went all the way to Arizona, beat Arizona. I can't trust Vancouver to say. I just can't trust Vancouver with anything right now. With anything. Their goaltending is trash. Their defense is bad. So is Pittsburgh's right now. Pittsburgh's in a desperate situation. Vancouver should be, but I don't think it matters. I probably would say Pittsburgh wins this game. And maybe team total over Pittsburgh. What is Vancouver going to play a defensive road game? Have fun with that. You might even go Vancouver team total over with DeSmith hasn't been playing worth a darn. The only is Pittsburgh going to come in against Vancouver and just try to shut them down and see what they can do to score? I suppose they could, but they could just play a high-paced defensive game and they should be able to beat Vancouver here. Like 5-2, something like that. I just don't see anything in Vancouver that makes me think that they can win on a regular basis. I believe it's their first game of a road trip, though. No, the first game was in Winnipeg, and then they traveled to Pittsburgh. So this is the second game of the road trip. What did Pittsburgh do? Pittsburgh went out west. They just came off of a western road trip as well because they lost to Vegas, beat Arizona, which isn't saying all that much, and then they come home. It's not my favorite game in the world. I don't. It's not my favorite game, that's for sure. Then they got Winnipeg at home after that, and then Carolina. These are I gotta think that this is these right now. These two wins, Arizona and Vancouver, they feel they should win. I don't think they're going to take Vancouver lightly because they need every win right now. They got to be, they're racing for a playoff spot. So I would think that, and then Vancouver's got Pittsburgh, Tampa Bay, Florida. So I think they will come out hard here because if you lose this game and then you got Tampa Bay, and then you got back-to-back Florida, Carolina. If you lose this game, your momentum for the road trip is done. I'm probably off of Vancouver almost every single game in this road trip, especially if they lose this game. I think it's more important to me to see what happens with this game. Because if they lose to Pittsburgh, if they beat Pittsburgh, they may get enough momentum to give Tampa Bay a shot. But if they lose to Pittsburgh, I think it just becomes insurmountable. It just takes the spirit right out of them. I'm going to keep on trying this odd shark while we're doing it. Nope, it's not happening. So I would say that Tampa Bay, Columbus. What are you gonna do with minus 1,400 or whatever the heck this is here? You got to go Tampa Bay, but what are you going? Merzlikins is in net. He had a good game against. He had a decent game against Washington, but that was a letdown spot for Washington. And with Tampa Bay, I think I would live bet this. Is it who do they got after this, Tampa? They got Vancouver. That's not. They shouldn't be looking ahead here. They haven't. They've been doing well so far this year at not playing down to their competition. They could put Elliott in here, so watch out for that. I would, possibly consider an over because of that. Columbus has been playing relatively hard. They have been playing actually fairly hard. They haven't been playing bad the last couple of games. So I don't know if Tampa Bay is going to beat them minus 1.5. And at the price, I don't think you can do it anyways. Probably Tampa Bay team total over, I think. And even then, I think at 3.5, it's going to be hard to find value here. Tampa Bay first period. At home, how are they at home? 9, 4, and 7. Yeah, that's probably about the only thing you can do here. Is Tampa Bay minus 0.5 first period, and even then you're not getting plus money on it. Not even close, actually. Yeah, 3-9, and Columbus is horrible at home or on the road. They're 3-9 and 4 first period on the road. So Tampa Bay minus 0.5 first period. Maybe look at some shot props or something like that. But it's hard. They've taken the value out of the game completely with the line. So Dallas and the New York Islanders. I just don't have a good read on the Islanders. I have them as a sell team in the second half. Are they coming off a Western road trip though? Aren't they? Yes, they are. I'm sure they are. If they're coming off a Western road trip, I'll probably throw something on Dallas here. Old team coming off a Western road trip. Yes, they did. They played Calgary. Now it's been 3 days since they got home. And Dallas, yeah, and it was a pretty successful Western road trip. They did lose to Edmonton. They beat Vancouver. They beat Calgary, didn't they? Yeah. And now they come home against a Dallas team that took it to Florida, and they're going on their first game of an Eastern road trip. And they're really good on the road. I'll take Dallas here. Now the total. You got two great goaltenders here, no doubt about that. But I think you got a 5.5. I would lean the over. Sorokin has been really good. It's hard to say. I think the Islanders might have a tough time scoring against Dallas in this game. So maybe not. I don't know if I would touch the total. I don't like to do unders on 5.5s in the NHL now. It's just there's too much, and the Islanders are way high in expected offense. They haven't been as good defensively this year, especially since I don't think Pelech is still back yet, is he? Yeah, no, he's not. And they've been doing okay without him. They're putting Ryan Pulock with Parker Witherspoon. Good for him for getting some opportunity to play in the NHL. Aho Mayfield. Yeah, it's Matthew Barzal is what was injured as well. It looks like he's going to play, but he could be hurt. Yeah, I would lean Dallas here. I would definitely look towards Dallas to win this game. What are you getting them at? Yeah, you're getting a decent price. Minus 115 on Dallas to beat the Islanders. You like the Devils, ML? I could see that. I don't know either way on that one. I suppose for the value, you're getting plus 125 for a Devils team that has probably highlighted this game. It's value wise, it's probably the right play. I think Carolina, what, at minus 155 or whatever. I'm going back and forth on it, to tell you the honest truth. So maybe a draw. Maybe a draw. But Carolina hasn't been in very good form. And like I said, New Jersey's probably highlighted this game. This is a game that, it's one of those. It's one of those games where the coach is going to be like, "You can beat these guys. You guys are, really building up their confidence here on them." And they've started to be hard on some of their players, like Hamilton and stuff like that, and getting their shit together. I wouldn't be surprised if New Jersey won that game. The Canes have been slacking. Yes, they have a great road record too, but Carolina has a good home record. Yeah, I do. I kind of agree with that. To me, it feels like I had Carolina maybe first period minus 0.5. Just because, but maybe you're right. New Jersey might be the play. It's a tough one there. If you're gonna play it a full game, I probably would have to go with the value on New Jersey on plus money. Yeah, I would have to. I like the Stars. I mean, I like a lot of. No, I guess I don't like a lot of road teams here. St. Louis, Calgary. Like, who knows? Who knows? Draw. I don't know. Markstrom doesn't look good. I don't even know why they played Markstrom against Chicago, but coming off a loss, they're holding their sticks super tight. They're getting lots of shots, but they can't score. St. Louis Blues have been an over team except for the last game against Minnesota, which I had St. Louis in that game, and the same reason why I like the Rangers here. They're just too beat up. But for plus money, throw something at St. Louis, I guess. I mean, dog money at home. I don't really trust Calgary at all. They seem to be playing not to lose. Calgary seems to be playing not to lose, not to win, but not to lose. And that's been a common theme with Sutter teams. Eventually, they have problems scoring, and they play way too tight. It's like he gets it in their heads. You hear him say it all the time. It's really hard to make the playoffs. It's really hard to make the playoffs. It's really hard to make the playoffs. Over and over and over again, Sutter will tell you. And they're telling their guys this, so they play like it's really hard to make the playoffs. Rather than you guys can crush it, they play like that. So, I mean, if I'm going to play, I'll probably play the Blues. Aren't they coming off a loss from Montreal too? Like, I don't trust either one of these teams, though. That's the thing. I don't trust either one of these teams. If it's a 6, I could see an over. It just feels like one of those games where St. Louis is going to be pissed after losing to Montreal, or should be, anyways. But I don't like that game at all. I'm probably not going to touch it. You think Calgary in regulation? I mean, I could see that. I could see Calgary in reg. I could see St. Louis. I could see a draw. I could see, if I had to put anything on this, I would probably go a draw. Both of these teams are playing, they can't hold a lead. Neither team can hold a lead. Binnington is like whatever. Markstrom is like whatever. Could you get a good game out of either one of them? They're both fighting for their playoff lives. I would say a draw would be. I don't know what you're getting on a draw. Let's see. First period over, maybe. It's a 6. First period over, you probably get a pretty good. I could definitely see that. First period, both teams to score for plus money, something like that. I could definitely see that. St. Louis is injured, but I actually think it's not a bad thing because I think O'Reilly and Tarasenko were a distraction. I'm not even sure that they're all that injured. I think there was a distraction with their contract situation. I don't think they were happy that the kids got the contract that they got, and it looks like they're going to trade them away. And they just couldn't get into it. They can't get their heart behind it, O'Reilly and Tarasenko. Why do you say it's a bad bet? Historically, I don't know what their history is together. Not a bad bet. Okay. Not a bad bet. Yeah, I think the draw would be the play here. What are you getting for a draw? You're getting 420, man. Or 320, I guess. Because I got it on decimal odds right now. Plus 320 on a draw. Give it a shot. Why not? I could definitely see these guys if it's 3-2 in the third for either team. Calgary or St. Louis. If it's 3-2 in the third for either team, you think either one of these teams are going to hold a lead? Not a freaking chance. Not a freaking chance. Neither one of these teams are going to hold a lead. And I get Calgary Flames to me seem like they're playing for the draw every night. They just want 1 point, 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. So I would go draw. And then it's a pick 'em after that. So I don't know if I would pick a side. I can see what you would say about Calgary in regulation because, St. Louis is kind of reeling. They lost. I mean, that was a horrible loss. You cannot lose that game against Montreal. You cannot lose that game. If you want to feel, they could be coming into this game just feeling totally shitty about themselves. You would think, okay, we're angry and we're going to play well now, but I don't get the feeling in St. Louis that they're getting all that angry about anything. I think they have had a tumultuous year, and I'm getting the feeling that they believe that they're not making the playoffs this year. So, Calgary first period, but do you really think Calgary deserves to be minus, what is it, 160 or minus? Here? I'm not sure I believe that either. Tough one to cap. Anyways, I think the draw is the best play. San Jose Sharks versus Arizona. Now, Elliot, another draw. You're getting plus money on Arizona. Why don't you give it a shot? Depends on who they're going to put in net. If they put Pamelka in net, I think it's Kakkonen in. I can't take San Jose with Kakkonen in net. No way. Over, I guess. Probably some pond hockey here, I would imagine. I don't like taking overs with Arizona because they have the least amount of shots and shooting and expected goals in the league. But Kakkonen is Kak. Just his name says it all. He's terrible. He's terrible. Hey, happy New Year, Brendan Segura. What is the total here? So a 6.5. San Jose's an over team all day. they pretty much let everybody score against them. So the thing is, you can get bemelted here. Like that's become a term now. They can get bemelted here. I think if you're betting this game, you probably need to go get some help. What do you think, Elliot? Might go with the plus money on Arizona, right? Might as well. Like this season is some of the toughest capping I've had to do. Florida versus Colorado, coming off a win off Colorado, coming off a win off of Edmonton. Florida's defense is absolutely diabolically bad. Basically, it's like, to me, this is like Colorado playing Edmonton again, but this time at home. Florida, to me, is like the Edmonton of the West. And how long has Florida been on the road? I know they need this game. Bobrovsky's going to be in. If Colorado plays a strong system against Florida, I would actually lean the under here. What are we getting for a total here? If we're getting 6.5, I think I would go the under. You're getting 6.5. I think I like the under. Colorado's been playing under every game. And until they get their guys back, they're really focusing everything from the defense. They're basically just it's McKinnon and then try to stop anybody from scoring. With Bobrovsky and net, I could see him shutting them down here. Six and a half seems high to me. Did we get it back? Did we get it back? Nope, still not back. So I guess I'll have to look this way. Yeah, I mean, they kept the Edmonton Oilers to and under. I believe they kept Vancouver to and under. I mean, these are like, if I remember, yeah, they kept Vancouver to and under. These are over teams all day, and Florida kind of is too. But if Georgiev has even an average game, I think that's the play. I think my two favorite plays tonight is Colorado, Florida under, and the Rangers money line. Those are my two favorite plays. And then I'm going to throw, because Elliot is a really good capper for sure. I'll probably take his. But you had what? Didn't you have Tampa Bay? Yeah, you had Tampa Bay against, who was that? And I didn't take it. I didn't go with you on that. Who were they playing? Tampa Bay. What was that last Tampa Bay game you had? I just thought they were on the road for too long. Are you even still there, Elliot? Anyways, those are my plays today, boys and girls. You can go through and watch all of this stuff. Who's still here? Is somebody still here, or am I all by myself now? That's just me. So I'm just talking to myself now. Okay. That's my full 42, everybody. Thanks for listening in. Have a great day. I'll hopefully be able to do this with you tomorrow. Okay.